3D products in this event. This is the STEP event, which we do about annually, almost at the end of November or December. In this event, we're showing 4 different 3D products or solutions. I'll start with this one here. This is called the 3D One camera. If you look at it, you'll find that it has actually 2 lenses in here, so you're actually taking left and right signal, and you are able to output it as a left and right signal to a monitor like this one, where you can get the 3D experience by wearing the glasses, of course. It's a small camera. It's very portable. The price is very affordable. It has 2D and 3D capability, not just 3D, so you can actually use it as a normal 2D camera. It has a 96 gigabyte hard disk inside, so you can shoot all your footage on the hard disk inside. It also has memory sticks, so you can actually add more storage to it. You can detach the audio part of it, so you can make it smaller if you need to. One of the main features of it is the recording media is just a normal consumer media, so it's not very expensive media, and you can record the 3D footage as a one file. Compared to other products I will talk about later, where you actually having 2 different files, one for the left eye, one for the right eye. This one gives you one file for both, so it's easier when you put it on the editing system, something like Vegas or Media Composer or Final Cut, where you're actually going to be using it as a one video track, and it just makes life easy for editors. This also has something new, which is recording 1080p. Usually when we talk about 1080p, we used to talk about high-end cameras where you're paying $60,000, $70,000 for one product. This one actually can do 1080p on AVC HD codec. So this is also something new in this camera. So this is mainly it as far as the features you can have. So it has all the nice XLR outputs that you need on a professional camera. And the codec is up to 28 megabits per second, which is usually good enough for this size of camera. Another product that we have is this binocular, and basically it's a normal binocular. It's a digital one. It has a recorder, so you can actually record whatever you're seeing on a memory inside of it. And because it has 2 CMOS sensors, you can actually use it as a 3D system. So you can actually record a 3D footage on this, and you can output it as a 3D. And you can do the things you'd need to do with a 3D system, like convergence, where you're actually moving the sensors away from each other, so you can get a better feel of the 3D picture you're shooting.
So it can take the 3D while you are zooming in?
You can zoom. It's just usually you would not do that when you're shooting in 3D. You want to make sure you zoom to an area that you fix your convergence, you fix all the focus, and then you shoot. If you start playing with the focus, it changes a lot, and it's not easy to fix it to make it pleasant for the eye to see. At the end, you want to make sure you have a good 3D footage, and by doing it, zooming and focusing at the same time live, it makes it a bit hard to work. So usually, you put it to the right focus, the right setup that you need. You do your shooting, and then after that, you can change it later on and do some cutting in between. So that's the second product. A shoulder camera. It's a camcorder. It's based on our XD-Cam family. It records on S/S memory, and in other cameras we have 2 slots where we can put our memory. In this camera we have 4 because we're looking at it as 2 cameras in one. So it also has the 2 sensors, and the difference between this one and this one is, of course, the sensor size. This one has a 1/2-inch sensor, which makes it really good for low light shooting. If you have something in a shoot and not enough light, the bigger the sensor, the better that for the shooting. So this camera is a more professional, if we're going to call it camera, because it gives you all the inputs and outputs, gen locking that you need on a camera like this. The media is even more professional because it works with S/S instead of normal consumer memory. You can do continuous recording because the left and right eye going on 2 slots. So when that's finished, it goes to the next one. So you never have to stop recording. Again, the quality is an excellent quality. You get to up to 35 megabits per second on this camera using the XTCam EX codec, which is MPEG 2 codec, up to 35 megabits per second, compared to the small one, which is up to 28 megabits per second. That's basically this on this camera. I think I forgot. And one thing maybe important is the LCD that comes with it. You can actually watch LCD without glasses. Usually you can watch 3D without glasses. And that's if you open it from here, if I can do it without looking. So it's a proper 3D sense LCD that you can watch without glasses. Usually if you want to watch any monitor 3D, you'd need 3D glasses for that. So that's that on this camera. Another 3D related product is this F3. And this F3 is not a 3D camera. It's basically a normal cinematography camera with a very nice big sensor, super 35mm sensor. The 3D related part of it is the option. There is an option in here, we call it the 3D link option, where if you have this option, you can link 2 cameras. And in a 3D rig where you have it set up in this type of setup, a 3D rig, you need these cameras to be synced together. Whenever you zoom in, you do any changes to the camera, you want to do the same thing exactly on both cameras. Otherwise, your 3D will look funny. So this 3D link cable gives you the capability to control both cameras from one remote control. Mm-hmm. And that's how it's related to 3D. So it's not a 3D camera, but it has a 3D feature to make 3D rig shooting a lot easier.
And isn't it supposed to like shoot from the left and the right to?
One camera, I mean, if you look at it from this way,
Okay.
you'll have one sensor is the left, one sensor is the right.
Yeah, okay.
And the reason why they put it this way is to give you flexibility on how far the lenses are together. Mm-hmm. So if you have these close to each other, you're limited. You cannot make it go closer as much as you want because it's going to hit each other. So the only way to make the lenses get close is by putting one on top and one